So recently, Karl Anthony Towns was on a podcast with Patrick Beverley, and apparently he said some wild things, and Gilbert Arenas has some wild things to say back.
So do you agree with Cat saying that he changed the game?
To be honest,
Change the channel.
to be honest,
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be fun. This gonna be fun.
Get your Takis. This shit gonna be good.
let's be honest, I really don't even know much about him.
Really?
Yeah, me.
Wait, what?
I really don't know. If you tell me he has 12 All-Stars, I can't even fight you on it because I wouldn't know because I don't pay attention to him. And that's just to be
Damn.
honest.
Oh, interesting. We said that though.
3-time All-Star.
Yeah, I'm about to say, if we
hasn't
said
been
that
in-
we're cooked,
he
but
hasn't
because he
been
can
in
drop
the
30, he gets a pass. This is some bullshit.
Like, what position is he?
Center.
4 or 5.
No, this is a good reason why he gets a pass, but still.
Oh, actually, now 4.
He
Like,
played forward next to Gilbert.
you
Stretched out, could shoot. He won the 3-point challenge.
change the game. I mean, there's no dirt.
Oh, shit.
I mean, what does he do?
Stretching.
He sound like us, though.
But he's coming
Let it be
after
known.
K-Love.
I just want to give the people some context. The context is during the podcast, Karl Anthony Towns said that once he retires, people will look back at him and say that he is one of the players that changed the game of basketball. All right, I need y'all to know that that's the context, and that's why they're saying the shit that they're saying, bro. And that's why Sage is looking the way that he's looking.
Damn. Because I like my players being cocky. Like I said, that Mario Chalmers needs to go out there and think tonight I'm busting LeBron ass. But when you say it off court on a podcast, where you know they gonna look at what you last did for us, yeah, you're about to get cooked, buddy. you're about to get cooked, bro. Holy shit.
So it's like,
He letting it be
Is he
known.
better than K-Love over there?
When K-Love was averaging 20 and 20
Nope, he's
That's what
not
I'm
better
saying.
than
Is he
Caleb.
20 and 20
How
is
many
crazy.
All-Stars did K-Love have?
That is debatable,
before he went to
actually.
Cleveland.
Yeah, is
3,
it minutes?
maybe.
Maybe
Let's find out.
maybe 2 or 3.
That's the internet.
But K-Love was having, I think he had like a
He had
30-20
30-30,
game, like
30-30.
30-30 game, yeah.
So
That
Kevin
is a
Love,
good point.
3-time.
It's debatable between
So
them
5-time
two.
All-Star, but three in Minnesota.
I might even go Caleb.
2-time All-NBA.
Shot just as
So
many
he
threes
can't
as
even-
you did.
So he can't say he's better than K-Love. Wait a minute, hold on, change again. He's not even the best power forward Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, period.
KG.
I'm about to say,
KG,
that's
And
the truth.
Caleb.
Yeah, I'm about to say,
Kevin
debatably
Love didn't
K-Love, definitely not KG.
see, this is why.
Illustrious list.
I hope I wasn't.
Yeah, here we go.
When I played. I'm pretty sure I was too. But, I think it's just when we're playing in the moment, we just think we're better than what we are.
Yeah.
I got to be guilty of
Played
that
in
too.
Minnesota.
There you
know
go.
why.
You
At
couldn't
least
tell
he's
why
real.
we
Yeah,
feel
he
that
said
way.
he
You
guilty
couldn't tell
about
me
it, too.
Nash is
Yeah.
better than me. I could tell you that for sure. Like, nah, oh no.
And that is the only way I am gonna defend Cat in this whole scenario. I've said it multiple times on this podcast. Gilbert Arenas just said it. You gotta have a certain level of delusion to be a great anything, really. But more specifically, a great NBA player. Paul Pierce is not walking to an arena and saying D Wade and LeBron James are gonna cook me. Paul Pierce is going into that game. Nah, I'm cooking you, LeBron. All right, you can't guard me, and you can never guard me. Type shit and things of that nature. So with Cat, same thing.
I'm telling you, even in case the first part got cut out because I was rambling in it, even like two-way wings, they have to think for one night I'm locking up my assignment, right?
Yeah.
Like Danny Green has to think, not gonna lie, Kawhi, you're walking out this bitch with 8 points off smack free throws. Like you're not doing shit with me tonight. Like they have to think that way, otherwise they would not be there.
He just got popular when he was in Phoenix. You know what I mean?
Like he had just got good.
He going in on
just
Steve
got
Nash.
good.
I love you.
He going
just
in.
got good.
You just got good, homie.
Like,
Like,
It
I've been
ain't
good.
trolling,
it's
bruh.
like 30 years old is when you stepped on the scene in my mind. Like,
Type
when you
shit,
went there,
type
you-
shit. Nah,
like,
I
know
see
you
it.
was like a
I
two-time
see it.
I see what he's
All-Star
saying.
when
I
you
see what he's
came in,
saying.
but when you was 30, that's when
You already got
became
the
a
point
threat.
across,
Other
though.
than that, it's like,
It's
all right,
cool.
just push it over, whatever, go under. It's like it was about Dirt, Finley, and all those guys. You was just. So that's how I look at him. Like,
Better than KG and Kevin Love. That's tough over there.
change the game. Like,
Top 5 center, dog?
who
Or the top center Timberwolves history?
was he?
I don't think he was
more
saying
better or
better.
opposite?
I see what Cat probably
Both.
trying to
Yeah.
say.
More-
I think
He's more-
that would be what?
I mean, KG did both,
That
right?
would
They
be
gonna
Joe
cook
Smith, KG, Kevin Love.
Al
Al Jefferson.
Al Jefferson?
Al
He better than
Jefferson.
I don't know about that. 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 I don't know about
I
that.
don't know about Big Al.
I fuck with Big Al,
Because
but
he told me
nah.
because he stretched the floor, so that just
That
Kevin
guy,
Love
that
that
guy.
category, and no, Kevin Love was
All day,
He said
actually.
change the
Dirk?
game.
changed the game.
Yeah,
I guess
but Dirk big.
Dirk.
on
I
it.
mean, that's
Nikola
what I said.
Pekovic, come on, bro.
So let's talk bigger picture. When we look just historically NBA,
Early
what
years
we've
of
seen in our
smoking.
lives,
Type
we
shit.
can't go back.
I don't even think that
But
was
what players have changed how NBA basketball is played, in your guys' opinion?
That changed the game.
All right, here we
The way
go.
it's played, the way it's.
Yeah. Let's say somebody like Steph, right?
Yeah, for sure. That's
Bordelius,
Okay,
easy.
so did Magic and Showtime change it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jordan
Definitely.
changed it.
Okay.
Shaq changed it.
Shaq changed it.
Easy.
AI.
AI changed it.
In terms of culture and everything, yeah.
I'm gonna say Steve Nash, bro.
Steve.
Sons, the way that the
Oh
Suns
no,
play, bro,
he
the way
a clear
changed
fall
the
off from the
guard
other names we
sentiment,
mentioned.
man, Just being a guard that
Not
can
saying he
space the
didn't,
floor.
but-
I can't say Steve Nash. We can say D'Antoni.
D'Antoni is.
We can
That's
say
actually a good
D'Antoni.
point.
But he played.
Yeah.
But he was the perfect
was a
player
really
to
good point.
orchestrate that
Yes,
shit.
it was. Yeah, you can say D'Antoni small ball because it really actually
great
tried
point.
to. It kind of forced people to go small ball to keep up with him.
I feel
I
it.
even got to put you in there.
Yeah, I feel
'Cause
that.
the way you were scoring. I mean, shit, I was in high school and I was wearing your kit.
Bro, it
So
was
I'm
Dame-
like,
it was Dame
I'm
before
like,
Dame.
I'm like, yeah, coming down doing that. Like that's what made me come into the league, coming like feeling comfortable, be able to just call off a play and just shoot.
Yes,
You're the first guard I ever seen really do that. Like
See,
call off as a point guard.
He was the first guard to really attack niggas, like how Westbrook was attacking niggas. That's what his mentality like. They ask like, who's the hardest person to guard? They expect you to say 4 other niggas.
Yeah.
Gilbert. He don't give a fuck who in front of him.
Yeah,
He coming at you full speed.
No chill,
I
Gil.
Dead.
I had these in high school. These shoes you got on.
Nigga.
Yeah, it was. At first, everyone was talking
That's dope, though.
Iverson,
That's
and then
dope.
I was like, well, they pushed Iverson to the shooting guard, so that point guard being a scoring first point guard wasn't allowed. Marbury
tried to
was
argue that
being called
Billups
the ball
was a two.
hog and doing all this. And then like somebody like Baron Davis, who could do it,
Yeah, him
he
too.
was forced to be point guard.
Yep.
Right? But I was like, I'm not trying to be no shooting guard. I'm the point. So y'all just gonna accept it for accept it. So that's what
Accept this
turned
30.
it into,
Yeah.
into today's game, which makes
You will gladly
point
accept
guard
my 30 points per game.
valuable.
How do you think your game would translate to the game today?
Oh, it'd be
Oh my.
It'd be easier. That's what I said. It'd
I'm about
be
to
easier
say,
for me because
that's
this
not-
is how
yeah.
my game was.
I ain't gonna no glaze. Gil would go
Three
crazy.
line-
think James Harden changed the game.
Oh, James Harden.
Okay, yeah. Back up one more. Yeah.
I think for lefties
ISO
for sure.
game.
I think for lefties for sure too. Like because the way you look at a lefty's game, the way he play is like.
It made it like elite.
know,
like a
that's
lefty
like-
elite.
I don't think
Did
we're gonna
James
see the
Harden
impact
change
of
the game?
what he
James
did.
Harden.
Sage, I'm not gonna lie. The step back has been way more popular. Just that move
'Cause of
alone.
James Harden,
Cause of
yeah.
James Harden. The step back spammers, I be spamming step backs in the game because of James Harden.
I think James Harden has more of an argument than Nash did. I still think there's an obvious difference for the Harden stands that are going to cry. There's an obvious difference between saying Steph Curry, Michael Jordan, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, whatever, changed the game, and then James Harden changed the game. But I would still say, yeah, he did. I just think he's on a different tier because you're right. People have adopted the step back, isolation scoring. Granted, it's always been a thing, but I mean, being able to dribble 18 out the clock, that's Big James Harden name for sure on it. Also, the idea of being an isolation scorer that is going to then give you 10 assists. That I would definitely say if that's anything that I'll credit to James there. So I'd say, yeah, just not to Mount Rushmore change the game names. Because again, the names they named off rip, there's a reason they named those names off rip.
I think he changed the game from the perspective of like James Harden dominated from the 3-point line, but you will never have James Harden in these like best 3-point shooters of all time discussions. I think that's different. And when you see the best volume scorers in the game right now, that's how James Harden has impacted the game. You know, the Devin Bookers of the world, the Tatums of the world, the Paul Georges of the world. These guys, like, they really aren't in the conversation for the best 3-point shooters of all time, but he showed like, yo, yeah, you can really abuse a 3-point line as an on-ball playmaker without actually being a Steph Curry level shooter, if that makes sense.
So I'm not trying to drag it out, but that's why same thing with Nash. You can argue that's a D'Antoni thing too. So it's tough.
It'd be coming in right now, actually. He did.
He did.
Because of how he played, he made it look so popular to the youth, right? The ISO bomb bomb, the extra shake bacon for no reason, right? The extra
For no
shake bacon
reason is crazy.
Put it
Victor?
into the youth. Now those kids are coming to the NBA.
wow.
That forced the NBA to run a 5-out offense.
Say Jeff on my guy.
So now,
man.
like they don't have plays. It's just 5-out motion.
They're gonna call you a big hater before you get drafted.
I know 2 people who didn't. Well, I know 1. Kareem didn't change the game, right? As dominant as he was. Nope. I mean, no one was doing the hook shot, right?
Okay.
I mean, but
No, don't even try.
let's
He dominated.
and we're talking about
It's a good
the game of
argument.
basketball,
It's a
right?
good argument. It's a good
They got
argument.
rid of
Definitely
the
see
dunk
both sides.
because of Kareem in college. They brought it back.
I don't know.
I'm just
I don't know college.
Gil, you were a college.
probably
Maybe because he was the only
disagree with
person
him,
dunking.
though.
I mean, I don't know.
the most dominant one. I'm saying, but they changed rules to adjust it.
But
But
you're
I'm-
talking about like as far as the Lakers, his dominant as a Laker.
No, just period. I mean, once he became an NBA, did everyone start adapting to
Yeah.
what he did? Was the rest of the league trying to do fucking hook shots and shit? No.
But how hard is it, y'all have all try? How hard is it to do a hook shot in the game at that
Shit
level?
tough.
Consistent.
But for big man, but I'm saying when you're talking about changing the game, I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
you're changing it. And
That's his own question then. So that right there is pretty much a question. And that's why I say I see where he coming from. Because Gilbert coming from the perspective of change the game, meaning they adapted to your game and decided the adaptation is we're going to copy it. Now, the question is does changing the game factor the fact that you can't adapt to said game? That's why I would argue that I disagree with him here. Because I think Michael Jordan is a case of, yo, this is supposed to be a center's world, and this fucking 6'6" guard is out here pulling up mid-ranges, locking up my best player, or the LeBron fans will argue second best player, and somehow spearheading an offense that otherwise we would think you're trolling. If like Joe Dumars had done some shit like that. So I think I'm going to disagree with Gil here, but I'm not going to call him clownish like how some of you are, because I do see the mindset of why he's saying he didn't change the game.
I'm gonna agree with Gil. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. That's fair.
Hey, I'm gonna address the elephant in the room, and this is my favorite player of all time. But people have this argument for Kobe. Love Kobe,
That's true.
but for a lot of people, Kobe was just a continuation of Michael Jordan did, and carried over that influence for the next generation, so that they can look up to Kobe instead of Mike. But in terms of impacting how the game is played, and respectfully.
Yeah. So with Kobe, I'd argue Kobe, like I said earlier, I did name Kobe's name when we were talking about James Harden earlier. I think with Kobe, the thing is he was like showing that Michael Jordan's game translates, which does mean a lot. And then it also factored, if I have to differentiate Jordan from Kobe, and some people are going to get mad, but honestly, even when you rewatch the film, you kind of just agree. I think Kobe's like the king of difficult shot making in terms of just like, 2 people in your face, I'm a pump fake 4 times and make it type shit. That's all Kobe. And I think that was definitely mirrored in a lot of people's eyes in terms of, hey, I'm a 6'6" guard that, or 6'5" even for some of you. I'm gonna need to get a post game. I'm gonna need to be able to work without any levels of movement with the ball. You could argue that the triple threat game that Kobe had, that Melo was the next person to mirror that shit, right? So I would argue that Kobe did, but he's a little bit on the sketchier side too. I'll actually say that I'll bump him down to like James level, because in hindsight I was a little biased to say that he clears James Harden in that regard, because he doesn't. He clears him in terms of talent, no shit. But in terms of changing the game outside of Mamba mentality and off the court things, then what are we talking about? Yeah. But on the court, yeah, I see where you could give Kobe some pushback. I would still disagree with it though. One, being next gen Jordan does matter. 2, king of difficult shots. And 3, I think he really drove home the impact of having a post game as a guard.
No, I feel it. I feel it. He's definitely up there for having a most influential player conversation.
Oh, yeah.
But I think people like kind of think most influential is the same thing as like players who change the game. Those
right.
2 can be completely different things. So
yeah, it's an interesting debate, and trust and believe you are not talking to 2 Kobe haters. If anything, you're talking to direct opposites. Like, I get accused of overrating Kobe in all-time rankings and in life. So same thing. So no, it's not out of that.
Which is weird. Did LeBron change?
Okay. Doing too much.
I thought it
Doing
was gonna
too
say
much.
Kobe. I thought it was gonna say Kobe.
No, I mean it's not in a bad way, but it's like the game was
They
already
said
moving
no.
in a certain way where LeBron was just in the top.
Is it
He was
because-
in the top tier of the game, but he didn't change.
Ah,
it.
they trolling
Is it
now.
because, or just because he's just so big?
Yeah, like
that
his
the
strength.
kids can't relate to just coming down.
Physicality
jumping on people
alone, he
like-
changed.
If a
it.
kid,
Them
if a
being
kid
6'9",
can't
I went
do
down,
it,
I was like that.
then they're not gonna value it.
That
You
makes sense.
can't just go get a body like that,
Yeah.
right? You just can't get hops like that.
Nah, but I think what LeBron brought to the table though is really emphasize versatility. You never
Yeah.
heard these all around arguments to the nth degree till LeBron James really showed it.
Thank you.
To the point where like now there's like a swing back of like, okay, yo, versatility isn't everything. Like specialists matter. You can be the best player in the game without being flawless. That's one. And then number two, free agency and player movement. When LeBron went to Miami,
It was like,
you know,
you
yeah,
can do that?
yeah, you
like,
what the fuck?
like what is he doing? What's wrong with him?
Yeah,
Like-
and I know some people might credit the big three Celtics because they were like the original modern super team. But LeBron was really the one like, yo, fuck trading, fuck demanding a trade. Y'all gonna get nothing for me. I'm gonna choose where I go, and y'all gonna have to live with it, bro. Like, nah, that's crazy.
Yeah, he the chosen one for a reason. He's again, thank God he lived up to his hype, right? And then some. Fuck lived up. He made his own hype. Shout out LeBron James. I feel like this is where we're getting a little disrespectful and disingenuous with the argument. So how a lot of you guys felt like either Souls or myself, which I hope not. I thought we explained pretty well. About Kobe. Now we're just talking. LeBron didn't change the game. Even if you're not gonna give him a 6'9" guy that could pass due to Magic Johnson, like Soul said, he was the first player that really hit home being an A to A plus at every part of the game.
Yeah.
Like, the dude is literally going to retire top 10 in assists and top 10 in points and be one of the best defenders of all time pretty clearly outside of just being a hater. So it's so obvious he changed the game. I mean, he had hype coming into the draft. You want to talk about influence? He's stamped by Drake. he's stamped by fucking Aubrey, dog. Like, it's... Nah, Bron did more than enough for the game of basketball. You could even dumb it down to chase down blocks. You gotta give Bron some. So, like, next topic. We're trolling.
KD, like people, KD shoots just as good as Steph, but only takes 2 to 3 threes. Yep.
Whoa,
He's
whoa,
not
whoa.
wasting his time back there.
That
He can
is
get into
way
the
too
here and shoot a
much.
closer shot.
I fuck
Guaranteed
with
to.
Wayne, but hell,
Murray, mid-range.
Chill that out.
Has a nice
Chill that
mid-range
out.
game. So it's like
Yeah.
the players who really are still
That's
dominating
nasty. Yeah,
are
now we get
dominating
nasty,
because they still have that mid-range.
Steph most underrated
Even
mid-range
Luka.
shooter I've never seen being
Luke,
said.
Kyrie, like the players who, it's like you're selling something that's not, it's like me, right? You sold my long threes, right? You sold my long 3-ball game, not realizing I was averaging about 6 to 8 points on post-ups alone, right?
Nah, Gilbert.
But then that's not the,
They want to see the game.
they want to see the game, when it turn around, they want to see the long shots, not realizing I'm in the post half the time.
You know who had a chance if he didn't get hurt? Derrick Rose. I think if Derrick Rose didn't get hurt, he had a chance to because the way he was playing big.
You see my face, Sage.
This is where shit get difficult, right? Like
No,
we said.
no.
Like,
Sage, no.
it's like-
I'm sorry, but I'm gonna cut you off. But if the argument is athletic point guard, Russell Westbrook is right fucking there.
That's what I'm gonna say.
He's
So, yeah.
right there, bro. I can't.
Yeah. I hate to do it. So it's like with the Kobe thing, it's a 50-50 thing. With Kareem, it's a 50-50 thing. With Derrick Rose, I'm sorry, niggas just like Derrick Rose. In terms of changing the game, bro, we've had athletic guards. Even if you think Russell Westbrook is disingenuous because he was healthy. What if Rose was healthy was the point, Souls? And what if what if he was John Wall healthy, Souls? All right, Allen Iverson, like we seen that too, bro.
Baron
So
Davis.
it's not Gilbert Arenas. We've seen that prototype before. Obviously, his athleticism, you could even argue, is one of a kind. I probably would. I think he was the shiftiest point guard I've ever seen. But it's still, Nah. He just inspired hella people. Again, influence. That might be a scorcher. I probably would put Derrick Rose somewhere up there because niggas to this day are talking about a season of Derrick Rose. So it meant
highly
something.
influential season. Yeah.
It meant something. So in terms of influence, nobody gonna argue he ain't changed the game. But in terms of changing the way players play basketball, drafted talent, defended basketball, obviously against him, no shit. But in terms of like decades and generations of basketball, now we putting everybody who nice in the conversation. At that point, you already Brandon Roy changed the game, right? Like everybody who just a bucket changed the game at that point.
Like he was dunking on, he was dunking on bigs. It's like, yo,
he nasty though.
He had that it.
Yeah, he had the it factor. He didn't say nothing in Chicago.
LeBron did?
Like, you know, and every 5 minutes you knew we about to lose.
Long story short, chat, Karl Anthony Towns is not in that conversation. I'm sorry, chat. I'm not going to lie. I was waiting for them to cook Cat a little bit more, so we're going to extend the video on that. Karl Anthony Towns, bro.
This is where it gets bad. Yeah. So.
Now, seriously, if we're talking about volume three-point shooting, Dirk. Just off of volume alone,
pure volume.
I looked at the numbers. Really, the only thing Cat has to hang on was that one season where he shot like 8 threes a game. The next season, he shot like 6 threes a game. But if we're talking about a dude that consistently shot 4 to 5 threes a game at a high clip, Dirk got you on that front. When we talk about influence to future players, Dirk got you on that front. When we talk about just spot-up shooting from the big man position, shout out to Kevin Love, as the vid just said, bro. So, I can't see it, man.
It's tough. I'll play devil's advocate and even say that Karl Anthony Towns is the first big that I seen that was trying to from out there. Like step back threes, all that shit, especially at a high volume and high efficiency. But I think to say that that's you and that you permanently changed the game is kind of stretching it, because how many people are doing it is my follow-up then, right? You got Joel, you got you, Vic, and at that point you could argue that you might have been the first person to do it. Kind of like how people will always bring up some random old player and be like, actually, it was Billy Dave Collins back in the day doing like you might be that person, and for you to say that, go for it. But if Victor Wembanyama come in this motherfucker, shoot 6 threes a game, which I don't want him doing, shooting 6 threes a game, and he's making them all, and they look like how you was doing it in terms of step back threes, then I see where you're coming from. But even then, step backs at the 5 specifically is a way lower bar than even James Harden just saying he did the step backs in general, let alone next gen Michael Jordan, let alone the obvious 8 names that were mentioned way earlier in the video. So it's levels to this to say that you changed the game. It's going to piss a lot of people off. That's why I say he's going to get cooked, because you're just not in the proper conversations. As I said with Derrick Rose, at that point, anybody who's a bucket changed the game. So,
last thing I'll just say on this, if we just pulled hypothetically like 200 current big men, right? Current big men that can shoot, and we talk about who influenced them in their game, I'm telling you right now, 95, if not 99% of that will credit the fact that they were a big man that shoots from outside the perimeter to Dirk and to, surprisingly, Kevin Durant. I think those would be the number
Dirk
2.
And KD are gonna be number
those
2.
would be the 1 and 2 answers. And I'm not going to lie, LeBron before Cat.
Yeah, LeBron before Cat, KG before Cat, Hakeem before Cat. Yeah, they're not gonna say Karl Anthony Towns like that, except for the ones that want to earn brownie points. Like Brandon Miller said, Paul George is his GOAT. So you get one, like one in a blue moon. Yeah, according to Twitter, and I'm pretty sure I seen the video attached to it, so it looked like it was damn true. But I seen something about Brandon Miller saying Paul George is GOAT, and even if that's true, you get one of those in a blue moon. I wouldn't factor. Well, see, he does that. Like, nah, it's a bit dishonest to say he did, but I'm not mad at Cat for saying it. I'm just mad at him saying it right now. You gotta do something before you say something in the off season, because they gonna discredit that. But if you say that while you doing it, niggas gonna try to push the agenda, bruh. You gotta get into that content creator brain, Mr. Towns. You gotta learn how to push your agendas for real, bruh. Like Yeah, wait. I can't wait for the day that one of the players I don't like have a bad game. Know the gang. Yeah, that nigga sucks. See, now they rocking with me.
Surprisingly, that take wasn't even his worst take in that podcast. But
Oh,
if y'all
Lord.
want us to react to the rest of that podcast, like up the video. We'll try to make something work if you know the performance is good on this one. With that being said, shout out to Gil and their podcast. Go ahead and watch this video right here from our channel if you like the content that we make. And we'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.
Peace.